The power of gratitude. So maybe you've heard about all of these studies, all of this data about the power of gratitude. There's a ton of information. You can do a Google search about how gratitude has been shown to improve our own happiness levels, our own well-being. But practicing gratitude can not only improve our own happiness, our own mindset, but also can improve our relationships with other people. I had a project in 2018, which was the year that my life sort of, got upended. I had a practice that I'd already started at the beginning of that year called my #Year of Gratitude. So in late 2017 is when my relationship was really starting to get on the rocks and things were starting to shift. So by the time that January of 2018 rolled around, I wanted something to help me get on track, help me create intention, and help me sort of feel better about everything in my life. I'd also started to feel inauthentic with a lot of things when it came to my social media. So I've been this creative entrepreneur and I've worked in digital marketing for a number of years now. And I used to look at mediums like Instagram as this artistic expression, right? I had this point in my life where I would love taking the little square photos on my phone and think about them as these like mini art projects. And I would think about the captions as these creative writing projects. And I used to be so expressive and creative when it came to how I would use Instagram as a platform of creativity and artistic expression. But in this period before I did my Year of Gratitude project, and the year or so before that, I'd really shifted away from thinking about Instagram or other social media platforms as a tool for artistic expression. And I'd started to care too much about what other people thought. I was doing it for the likes, I was doing it for the gram, right? And in the year before I did my Year of Gratitude project, I looked back through that year and counted, I maybe posted like 30 photos the entire year to Instagram, and half of those were reposts from previous years that were based on like how many likes I'd gotten before that, right? Like I really cared way too much about what other people thought, and I had stopped being true to myself. So I came up with this idea of a year of gratitude where every single day for 365 days, I posted something. I posted a photo and I posted a caption sharing what I was grateful for. And I would post it to my Instagram and I'd push it through and post it to Facebook as well. And that Year of Gratitude project helped me get through such a painful year, because little did I know when I started it in January that by July, my relationship would be officially finally ended, that my job would be completely turned upside down and become part-time, and that my dog would pass away, and that I would have to learn to live on my own, work from home, be by myself, sort of reinvent my whole life, learn to live again in a new way. And there were some days where there were some of like the worst, toughest days of my life. Like I didn't know how to express publicly what I was grateful for that day and how to be grateful at all. But somehow, because by the time the summer came, I had already been doing this practice daily for like 6 months. I pushed through, and every single day I shared some sort of photo or image, and I shared some sort of post about what I was grateful for. And sometimes it was something as silly or flippant as I was grateful for homemade Belgian waffles. Like I love a good homemade Belgian waffle. And that was the thing I was grateful for. And some days I started writing my caption and I thought it would be something as simple as that, and it turned into something much deeper. And I shared, and I was able to get really vulnerable online. And the thing is, that project helped me get through a really painful year. But I know that it helped other people too. Because not only did I get likes and comments on Facebook and Instagram, but I also had people reach out to me, either directly via email or a text message or in person. And some of this outreach happened after this whole project was over. It's happened more recently, where people have told me how much that project meant to them, how inspired by that year of gratitude project they were. So whether you choose to do something like that in that public format like I did in 2018, or whether you choose to have something like a cute little journal that you keep for yourself and just document every day what you're grateful for, what brings you joy that day, what you accomplished that day. How can you practice gratitude when things are feeling tough, when things are feeling like you want to be less than self-compassionate, like you want to be hard on yourself? Now, here's a sort of caveat and update to this whole year of gratitude practice. Now, again, as I mentioned, I'm recording this in mid-April 2020, in the middle of these unprecedented times of pandemic. Although, humanity has been through such times before, like pandemics and things like this. Most of us that are living right now, unless we study history, we have still not personally experienced these things in the visceral way that we are experiencing them now. So a few weeks ago, I was remembering my year of gratitude project and remembering how that got me through such a painful time. And I decided to do a 30 days of gratitude. I was like, April is 30 days long. 30 days seems like a perfect amount of time to do that. And I announced it, and I started posting publicly on Instagram and Facebook every single day what I was grateful for. And then I found myself a few days ago starting to feel more and more like I wasn't able to be as authentic in what I was sharing in this particular moment. And I realized, I created this new 30 Days of Gratitude project. I had the idea, I created it to do it in a public format, but I created it to do it for me. And that I'm also allowed to shift and change and be compassionate towards myself to decide if and when I want to quit a project or put it to the side for a while. I still reflect daily and think about what I'm grateful for, but I realized that in this moment of what we're all dealing with, what I felt comfortable sharing publicly was different than the ways that I am authentically grateful for myself that might be more personal. And so I felt that to do it publicly, it felt like a disservice to me. And it felt like, because it was a disservice to me, like it would be a disservice to other people too. So I've sort of put pause on my new 30 Days of Gratitude project. But I thought that was relevant to share because I think, especially as creatives or entrepreneurs or artists, a lot of times we have those situations where we're really passionate and excited about a business or a project or something that we're creating, and we really want to do it. And then at some point in the process, our values shift or our intentions shift, and that's okay. Part of being self-compassionate is being willing to adapt and be flexible with ourselves, especially. So that is one thing that I am grateful for, is that realization for myself.